Good morning, sir. My name is Febriani with student number 33190193. I'm from campus UBSI Marunda Depok, and this is my ID card, student card. And for today, I'm gonna do a presentation for scientific writing with code 001018. And let's just begin. I also insert the paper here, and I'm gonna explain it later. The paper contains two chapters. Chapter 1 is introduction, chapter 2 is theoretical review and conclusion, and I also put the researches at the end of the paper. And for the presentation, let's move to the PowerPoint. The influence of technology on English language and literature. In today's global scenario, the internet is increasingly a central medium of information that changed the way we teach and communicate. Social media offers public platforms that allow an exchange of thoughts, ideas through writing, tweets, and comments, even with words or characters counting restrictions. Clearly, creativity cannot be contained through long limits of content. The appearance of a new generation of short stories called the short story and the birth of a new English dialect called text-speak prove that every cloud indeed has a silver lining. The popularity of social media changes suggest that technological users have accepted rapid social interaction as new way of life and also have adapted their writing to match content limits. Educators and parents were realizing that the attitude and the habit of tech-savvy generation were standard modding English as Pine text Pine was the invitation of student duty to obscure the difference between formal and informal writing. The popularity of phenomenal short story can be contained in tweets or text, an example of how adversity can be turned into luxury. Literary purists, however, feared that the digital literature wind and short story reduced the special element of complying with such restrictions. The paper described the effect of technology on writing and literature daily in English. We move to chapter 1, Introduction. Will Shakespeare be able to read and understand the cut English content currently circulating on the internet? Being England's greatest writer for generation to come, this is even a fair question to ask. Maybe he was. England has recognized and promoted was quickly eroded by the extent of online content. This restriction and the rapid growth of social interaction have led to a new era of English language and literature adjustment. First, a new English sort called text-speak and a new kind of short story called flash fiction has emerged. The language of introduction is particularly popular among digital native or new generation. Generation will use online resources to develop thinking skill, experiment with different learning methods, can gain self-understanding, finish school working, and collaborate with peers and teachers. Nevertheless, persistent information that come into the form of tweets, emails, posts, and comments can be mentally exhausting. Not surprisingly, with the flood of disinformation, students have less time to perfect their task. As a result, introductory language often appears in student excitement and impair their school performance. Teachers sound the alarm about the introductory language difficulties and emphasize that English standards are the key to academic and professional success in English-speaking countries. It explains how technology has affected English language and literature. We move to chapter 2, theoretical review. Point 1, the influence of technology on learning. Internet users have the potential to use unrestricted online resources for learning, communication, career planning, and relationship development. Technology provides students with important helping that facilitate cooperation service, offers interesting alternative and develop language skill through experimentation student, help in learning formal and informal operation rules. Internet-based learning promotes student autonomy, increases their motivation, makes learning experiences more centered on student. Many schools now encourage students to use online resources to enhance learning, provide online portals that enable students to submit their assignments, check grades, and collaborate with peers. Next point is technology distractions. Tech addiction media platform. Born in the technological age, a new generation is particularly adept at engaging with virtual friends through rapid social media exchanges to develop a sense of belonging and combat fear of losing popularity activities. For example, multi-digital activities such as scanning social media, browsing websites, reading emails, instant messaging, listening to music, and watching ads are also run their schoolwork. This content lodging information is not conducive to learn and staying focused on schoolwork. In one study, students admitted to do their schoolwork with other online activities and reported that the online activities distracted them from concentrating on academic tasks, sometimes resulting in incomplete tasks. Thus, the appeal to engage in online activities cause students to struggle and hinder their academic success. In addition, students report feeling less inspired to use standard English, can explain their low commitment to perfection and grammar. Next point is social media, text speak. The use of text comes from a standard language but mimics everyday spoken. An acronym and simple spelling are used in the text to make efficient typing of cellular devices. Basically, to participate in brief interaction and indicate their presence online, next generation have modified the standard English words, removed non-essential alphabet, replace non-essential alphabet, and remove the corresponding punctual and capital letters that lead to a desynthetic adaptation of the English language. An adaptive word that is seen in today's English version. Not surprisingly, using text adaptation can leave normal and acceptance, making it difficult to learn standard English. Move to the next point is technology and literature. Technology advances at high speed and literature change with it. With the advent of social media, rapid digital interaction seems to be the future of social communication because emotional readers, temporal and spatial relationships with books are changing rapidly. Literature production and consumption are also paths to shorter and more frequent communication. The short digital story is now regarded as a new literary genre with different alliances like flash fiction, mini fiction, minute story, sudden fiction, sudden fiction, pin fiction, self-fiction, and Twitter fiction. As names are shown, the stories are very short in large part because of the character or word counting restrictions. For example, Twitter limit to 180 characters to each tweet, which is increasing from 140 characters. It's not surprising that a short digital story does not have the traditional elements of a story that includes arrangement, characters, plot, conflict, and resolution. Short digital story also have no clear portrayal and articulated expression of characters. Readers are connected with individuals who use their own experience or those of others. In addition, the writers were also forced to filter out unnecessary information, distortion, unnecessary justification, and conjecture, while also compensating for the lack of details by abbreviation and contractions, penalties, alliterations, rhythm, and even precisions. Proponents of short story claim that social media promotes advanced literary performance form, the trend to the trend of minus to form thought sharing is increasing in part because of the reduced attention span of the readers. The authors aim to draw as much attention as they can from readers of the same range of attention. Opponents of short story refers to postmodern digital stories as antiplot stories and compare them with light edition written. For the light thinkers of literary purists argue that text story comes with expensive quality and impairs perceived decline in language competence. Others suggest that social media communication might contribute to deterioration of generation. It is noteworthy that writing a short story on extremely is not a new phenomenon. Famous authors had previously written both prose and poetry in very short. For example, Ernest Hemingway wrote six legendary words: "For sale, baby shoes, nowhere." Nevertheless, popularity with short story has been increasing, and transforming into digital basic technology has profoundly affected language and literature. Language and literature will inevitably flourish with further technological advances, and literary dialect and styles of writing will emerge. It is up to us now to make sure the standard English is not tainted or forgotten with the changing trends. And the last chapter is conclusion. The internet has connected the world regardless of time and space. Technology has affected how we write, think, and communicate with others. The popularity of rapid social interaction with social media has altered our communication patterns and brought forth and text speak, which is principal mode of communication of clean generation. Children are not to be blamed for writing in shorthand because they have adjusted their style of writing to obey words restrictions. The speaking test has considered a dialect of English, and the children were considered bilingual if they could communicate in the standard English and the speech. Attention to the surface of handwriting is short as the text present, a compelling of the academic writing and affected student performance. At the same time, social media also contribute to the popularity of Twitter. The length of this story corresponds to the attention of a network technological savvy readers. With further technological advances, we can make sure to look at more dialect and genres being created as product of needs. And I also insert the sources here. You can see I put the website too. You can check out in the link. That's all from me. Thank you for watching.